Awesome. So welcome you guys to our normal 10 a.m. Monday meeting, but we're doing a little bit special something this morning. Lisa and I met through Danielle, who you guys all have the pleasure of knowing as my meditation teacher, coach, guru, and you guys got to do a little training with Danielle too. So was it last week, Lisa? Yes, it was last. I'm telling you, this time vortex. Last week, Lisa led a money manifesting Zoom with Danielle and a couple other of us in her light leadership training. And I messaged Lisa afterwards and I'm like, I got to bring this back to my team. So Lisa's going to pretty much lead the call today. I think we have 45 minutes planned. Is that right? 45 minutes planned. We're going to need some participation. So if you're available to participate, I'd love for your camera to be on. I know there's going to be some multitasking, but we do have some participation needed. And we have a special offering at the end. So stick around, and I am recording. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to Lisa, and we'll get started.
Thank you, Melissa. I just had a very thick coconut smoothie, so I might have like a little frog in my throat for a little bit. But welcome, ladies. I'm honored to be in this space. Melissa is someone to me who is such a powerful feminine force, and it truly takes something to hold the space of leadership inside of a container like this. So Melissa, thank you for offering this space, and I'm really excited to create the conversation around money magic manifesting. So what I do in my work is I marry and I build a bridge between the human ideals of money and the spiritual brain work side of money. So what that looks like is we get to do a lot of brain work in rewiring our brain so that we can attract and create more money in our space. And it's not always money that we're looking for. Sometimes it's abundance in general. So more love, more joy, more happiness, more peace, and so forth. So today, what I am going to offer you is really 3 tools. So one is generating a higher quality. So the link to manifesting is the state that we manifest from. So that's really the work, is the state that we manifest from. So we're going to work on generating a higher quality inside ourselves so that we can attract more of what we desire, whether it's money or patience or love. And then I'm going to offer you a very simple tool on the human side of money to really look at your finances in a whole new level. And maybe you've looked at them this way in the past, maybe you haven't. It could be new, it could be old, but reincorporating this into your life. And then the third thing will be just a simple breath technique to get us linked up to our higher self. So without further ado, this is all information that you can bring back to people in your life or to your smaller teams and so forth. So there's a couple of learning points that you might want to write down because they're very simple tools, and I incorporate these with all of my teams. The first one is the way we're going to listen today. So I wanted to offer you a distinction in our language of listening. What that looks like is there's 3 ways of listening. And you might have heard this before, because one of the ways of listening is listening from a place of I know or I don't know, right? So if you're listening from a place of I know, you're limiting the information that you're absorbing. You're operating from a lower emotional state, which nothing wrong from that place. But when you can listen from a place of listening to be with, you're bringing in the curiosity of life, right? And curiosity breeds more freedom, breeds more awareness, and so forth. So listening from I know and I don't know, listening to agree or disagree with. We see a lot of this on Facebook right now, right? Whether it's political or no mass, there's a lot of agreeing and disagreeing. But the third way of listening, which I already mentioned, was listening to be with. It's a different expression of yourself. And using this tool in this space today, because a lot of this information you may have already heard. And if you go into a place of, I already know this, then you're not going to reinvent something new for yourself. And in that reinventing of something new is where the growth and the transformation occurs. So I offer you to just notice, there's nothing wrong, whichever space you're in. I go into the I know a lot. My ego likes to know. Like, I like to be in that space a lot, so I get to check myself and go back to a place of being with. So those are the types of listening, and I'm going to ask someone to volunteer here in a bit to really be that active listener in the space. We're going to dive into a brain training exercise. So I'm going to take 5 volunteers. We may use all 5 of you, we may not. Who would like to volunteer? Melissa's mom, what's your name?
Regina.
Regina. Beautiful. Who else? Kathleen. Anyone else?
I will.
Cassie and Angela?
Yes.
And then
driving, but I can.
Okay, we'll put Karen, I see you, and then Sylvia, I'll incorporate you if we need you to. So Regina, Kathleen, Cassie, Angela, Karen, and Sylvia, thank you ladies for volunteering. So the first one, Regina, I'm gonna tee you up. We're going to work on generating a higher quality. This is a brain training exercise. So what we're doing is, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with this, but listen from a place of be with. So when I was growing up, I rode horses, I played piano, I was an actor, and I was really bad at it, but I tried. I did a lot of like those one individual speeches, competitions, I don't even know what they're called. But part of what I practiced in that was visualization. So before I rode my horse in a pattern, right? My mom would teach me to sit there and visualize the pattern before I would go in there. What she was really doing was training my brain to connect the dots so that I could physically do it, you know, in the next reality, in the future. So what we're going to do is start creating those neurons in our brain to start really generating this higher quality through the practice of bringing it into your body in an emotional state and through visualization. So fear also does this. Fear is a place of we create something that is not real, but our mind makes it real. So we can either choose to create it based off of the future sense, right? To really play into the future of what we want to create in our lives and intentionally set up these visualizations and bring them into our body. This is the work. Or our human side will do it for us through a state of fear. And why we do that is it's a fight or flight mechanism. It's to help protect us. So it's not a bad thing. It's just being able to recognize when fear shows up and incorporate some of these tools so that we can rise above that and really create this dynamic life. And then we get to incorporate, like, you know, money, creating more money and abundance and so forth. And then we play in this higher space. So, Regina, I'm going to ask you a question and kind of work with you. And then Kathleen, I just want you to take really good notes during this process. And we're going to go into visualization. After the visualization, I want you to contribute back what showed up for you, okay? So we're gonna work with Regina, and Kathleen's gonna be the active listener in this space and give us some of the juice behind it. So Regina, my question for you is, what do you want more of in your life?
I want more of a sense of peace.
Talk to me a little more about what peace looks like for you.
What's interesting is you triggered me with that, knowing the routine, because I used to panic every time I went into a course because I'm an equestrian as well, and that's like a huge fear of mine. For me, my life is in disarray because I just moved, and a sense of peace is me getting a routine back in place that feeds my soul.
And how does peace feel for you in your body?
Energy feels happiness, joy. I feel light. I feel movement. I feel I can do anything. And I know exactly what it feels like when I have it.
Talk to me about a recent event in your life where you felt at peace.
This morning I felt at peace. I got up, I purposefully did things, and I know I took care of myself. I put on worship music, I prayed, I stretched, and I did something I told myself I was going to do. And I put on some makeup and I fed myself some healthy food. So I feel, and I made some plans for later in the day that are all going to feed me, that have to do with horses and gardening.
Yes. Horses just bring so much magic.
My day is awesome. Not always awesome, but today it's awesome. And I did a sermon on fear and worry and anxiety and how it's natural. Just happened to be coincidentally the series that my church, one of my churches, is doing on fear and worry and how to lean into it with God and give it to God and not try to solve it yourself.
Ooh, yes. So you're already so deep into this work. I can just feel it in your words, your choosing, and your beingness. So this is an easy one. As Melissa said when we started, this space will be exactly how it needs to be. And it's not ironic that you were the first to contribute. So thank you for your clarity. Kathleen, can you describe to me what Regina spoke about, what peace means to her, how it shows up?
It shows up to her on not only a personal level, but mental and spiritual is really large to her, I feel. And she does feel at peace when she is having an established routine, when she is able to feed her soul, which ends up making more energy for her, which brings her happiness and joy, and she feels light, like not like bright light, but it's a light from within that fills the soul, that feeds the soul, that ends up feeding her through her activities and her daily movements. She is worried and scared about, because she's moved and everything is all up and jumbled. She's not having to get her routine set, and today she was able to do so and make plans that help feed her soul with the horses and with excuse me, gardening, and that she was able to give a beautiful sermon of the exact things that she was concerned about. So even though the sermon was for somebody else, the sermon was basically for her, to put her at peace.
Beautifully said, Kathleen. Regina, do you feel that Kathleen was listening to Be With?
Absolutely. I think she hit the nail on the head, especially with the part that I didn't touch on. She heard, which was my chaos that's around me with not having my things and being in a moved state. And I think she grasped, even though I didn't say it, that I have like this separation anxiety from all my stuff and my routine, which today I decided to purposely make a pattern so I didn't have to feel all that. I could be in a sense of peace and control.
Very cool. So you already know how to generate the peace. So this is going to be a super easy process. Kathleen, what an amazing example of listening to Be With. So this is an activity that we use with our clients, whether it's you're in sales or offering a product that you really, really believe in, or if you're in the coaching space. listening to Be With is something that's so crucial to take someone to that next level, to overcome whatever they're going through, so that you can offer that next space that you know is accessible for them, right? And you just did that, Kathleen. What a powerful gift. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to invite you guys to generate peace with Regina. So who desires more peace in their life? Yeah. And peace might look different for each of us. So you're going to get an opportunity to create an event, create a visualization for what peace looks like for you in this process. It's just going to be a few minutes. It's not intensive by any means. So if you're uncomfortable with meditating or visualizations, just hang in there, feel it in your body. That's all that I ask. And then if you do that much, it'll be the first step to a whole new life. So when you're ready, I offer you, if you are not driving, if you're driving, you can do this activity with us with your eyes open. If you are not driving, I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. Taking a deep inhale in through your nose and let it fall out your mouth. Another deep, beautiful inhale in through your nose, drawing in all of the energy in your space into your body, pulling it into the base of your tummy, letting your soul fill up, and as you release it, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. Another deep inhale in through your nose, calling in relaxation, quietness, and as you release it, letting it go. Go ahead and resume your normal breath and feel into your body. Notice how in an instant of a moment, you can offer yourself a sense of relaxation. In the relaxation is where we get to create. So if you feel that you are in a sense of overwhelm, stress, anxiety, call in the relaxation into your body simply by creating the intention. And with the breath, taking deep, long inhales and allowing the exhale to be longer than the inhale. And in this relaxed state, bringing a smile to your face, bring in the sense of peace into your body. What does it feel like to be in a peaceful state? Pulling it in through your breath, let it radiate into the cellular level of your beingness. Maybe you feel some tingling in your hands, your arms. Maybe there's a gut feeling in your belly. Notice the physical reactions and sensations that just the word peace and calling it into your body feels like. Allowing the mind to slow down, bringing your awareness back to your breath and generating this peaceful state. I invite you to go to the screen of your mind. So in the center of your eyebrows, just above, maybe rolling your eyes up a little bit, pretend there's a screen there, like a drive-in movie screen or a TV screen. And on the screen of the mind, imagine a recent event that brought you a lot of peace. Seeing yourself in this event. What was the experience like? How did it make you feel? Maybe it was an extra couple of minutes in the morning where you got to breathe and not worry about anything else the day had to come. Maybe it was during a worship moment or a quick conversation with a loved one. Imagine on your screen of the mind this event of peace. And notice in your body, your breathing, your posture. Notice any shifts that occurred as you generate this feeling of peace. Are you more relaxed? Is your mind clear? Do you feel lighter? Is there a connection between your spiritual sense, your mental sense, your physical sense? Just notice what's coming up for you. And acknowledge that you can generate this higher quality at any given time. On your next inhale, taking your deepest inhale yet, and draw in the experience of peace. Radiate into your body, allowing the tingle sensations to occur and releasing it out your mouth. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Regina, talk to me about your experience.
So across the street from where I live on the highway, there's a field and there are 2 horses in that field. And I put myself in that field because I'm driving the same street now over and over again. So, and it's funny, I take comfort in that, but I put myself in the field, and interestingly, I was petting the horse, hugging the horse, imagining I had the freedom to do as much as I want, spend time with the horses. And then I got on the horse, and I immediately, before you said, look at your posture, sat up into a position where you pull yourself up, you know, when I write English, so you pull yourself up and lean forward. Right before you said that, I had already put myself in that position up in the saddle, and my feet were already grounded, so I like put my heels in, and then you talked about the posture, so it immediately brought me up. And then I cantered around a little bit and was looking for a jump because I love jumping, and it just was a fun, enjoyable feeling that I manifested years ago. The last time I moved to Texas and found a barn and began writing, and like I manifested all of it. So I'm doing it again.
So cool. So her experience, she was able to generate peace. So now you have access in any of the moments where you are not feeling peace and you desire to feel more, right? Or simply just practicing when you are in a peaceful moment to generate even more. I know what peace is to me right now. Now show me what more peace looks like. And then pulling that into your body, and you're going to start generating that and living in that quality of peace that you desire. Very cool. Kathleen, what was your experience? Oh, you're on mute.
Brain lapse. My experience of peace is, it was more my third eye is open pretty much most of the time. And when the third eye awakens for me, I realized that my posture was lifting up, and so I could project my third eye towards the heavens, so that I am able to get the information that I need from Heavenly Father and from my from my spirit guide. And that for me is huge, because when I feel that there's a disconnection with the spirit, I'm frantic. And so for my peace, I need to have that connection, and I need to feel that I am enveloped by them. And that is what my projection with my third eye towards the heavens entail for me. That's my peace.
I got it. I got it. So it's a physical sensation for you. Like some people say, like the power stance will get you right into this place of confidence and courage. For you, peace is really just like lifting yourself up and connecting through the third eye. Totally get it. Totally get it. Thank you for your share. So we're going to go into a little bit of money work. Let's see. Volunteer 3 is Cassie. Are you still on? You're good? You're in a like pause place? You're not driving?
I know, I'm sitting in a parking lot.
Okay, beautiful. So Cassie and Angela, you're still on?
Angela had to jump off, she said.
Okay, no worries. Karen, are you on? I see you. All right. So Cassie, we are going to talk about money.
Good.
Yay! Let's talk about it. So what do you believe having more money will give you? Wait, before you answer that, let me tee up Karen. Karen, you're going to be the active listener in this space. You're going to listen to be with, take some notes, not adding anything to it, and being in that space. I do want you to take it one level further. So if there's any resistance or hiding, it's okay to like navigate that space, because with money, oftentimes we will go into a little place of like hiding just based off of cultural beliefs, a little bit of shame, guilt. You know, we don't talk about how much we produce. We don't talk about how much we spend typically. And this is why I love Melissa so much. She posted the other day about her Tesla. I'm like, you go, girl. Like, put that out there. Let's talk about it, because this is the magic that's available. So look and note for any hiding or a little bit of downplaying. That's okay. And I'll continue to work with Cassie on it, okay? All right, Cassie. No pressure, girl. What do you believe having more money will give you?
Money will give me personally less stress in my life financially, and allow me to do things that I just want to do. Because I'm an Aquarius, and I have a traveling spirit, but my brain says, wait, you don't have the money to do that. So money will give me the opportunity to just be like, I want to go there, I'm going. Like, I want to do this, I'm doing it. And I have a 3.5-year-old daughter, and lately I felt terrible because I've just had to tell her no. Like, she wants to do stuff, she wants to go somewhere. I'm like, well, we can't, like, because around here things are open, but we just can't go. So it'll give me the opportunity to actually say yes every now and then, depending on what it is. Within reason.
An aligned yes, right? Like, so what I'm hearing from you is a couple of things. So more money is going to give you the opportunity for more choices, more freedom. Talk to me a little bit more about that.
I personally don't like having to tell myself no on something, because if I want it, I want it. And then if I want it, then I do what I can to actually get it. Like, when I have my mindset on something, I actually go for it. I get frustrated if I don't do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
And so money for me isn't evil. Money for me is something that I can use to better myself. And if I have the opportunity to do so, I'll better someone else as well. I have no problem, going through a drive-through and just be like, hey, I want to pay for that car behind me, or, what have you. So I want to be able to have more opportunities to give back what I'm getting in return.
Yes.
Or what I'm getting, give back. Yeah.
Cassie, I just want to acknowledge you. Your mindset in the abundance space is right where it should be, right? You're in a very beautiful place to start attracting exactly what you desire into your life. It's this really great energy of the giving and receiving. Very cool. So let's go back to what you believe more money will give you. Is it truly a sense of freedom? Like, do you feel like money will give you the sense of freedom in navigating life the way you desire to navigate it? Or is it a sense of choices, more abundance in like, you know, how you spend your time and so forth. Talk to me a little bit more about that. I'm not clear.
It's gonna be a little bit of both for me. So as far as like choice, it'll definitely give me more choices, but at the same time, I don't have to limit myself on choices. I get unlimited choices. I get to do, like, if I want to do, for instance, if I want to go, like if I want to go to Cap Cana on a full ride and everything, and then I work for it and I do it, or or if I want to settle and go to somewhere like just Port Aransas, like 5-star versus 3 stars. I'd rather have the choice to be able and opportunity to go to the 5-star. So
Yes. So what I'm hearing from you is more money will give you a state of abundance. So at first I thought it was freedom, but I don't think it's necessarily freedom. I think you feel fairly free.
pretty free.
Pretty free.
I do what I want most of the time anyway.
Most of the time, right? And then this sense of abundance will give you the opportunity to do what you like to do more of the time.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I feel like we are landed on the sense of abundance, which is interesting. I've never actually worked with someone on generating the higher quality of abundance in money. It's always something a little bit like underneath that. So if something else comes up for you, like as you sit with it, reach out to me and we'll do some work around it.
Okay.
For me, what higher quality that I believe more money will give me is fun. So I am a very like serious person. I work really hard. I do a lot, and then I compromise fun to work hard to get ahead, right? So I always had this underlying belief that like having more money will bring more fun into my life, because then I don't have to work so hard anymore and I can be more adventurous and But what I'm hearing from you is that the true nature of abundance in your life is what you believe more money will give you.
Right.
Is there anyone, Karen, are you picking up on anything else?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I kind of got from her that she's a mom. She's very much a mom, and that she wants to share that abundance with her child. I picked up on some mom guilt, because as moms, we want to give our kids everything. We never want to say no, ever. But we always want to provide that safety and structure. And so, yes, I get that she understands very much what freedom means. And so freedom, like freedom love. And when I say freedom love, I mean the ability to say, yes, we're going to do that today. Yes, you've got that. Yes. Clean your room and we'll go to Disneyland for a week. Yes, we'll do that. Yep, we're on that today. And freedom meaning freedom with schedule, freedom with safety, freedom with the ability to have a vacation home by the lake, and freedom to take not only your child, but your friends, your parents, your life, your loved ones, not just yourself, but to be able to create that safe space in structure to plan effectively 10 years from now and have your life set up for your daughter, for your family, for your friends, and just do it, not have to worry about it. So freedom without guilt, but safely and structurally, and just have it done. That's what I got from that.
Karen, something opened up as you were speaking, and Cassie, I want to see if it resonates with you. Is there something about more money? There's a belief that it will provide you more love? More love to give, more love to receive?
I don't believe that personally for me. I don't, that sounds more like paying for love for me. But,
No.
no, what Karen said, like, the way she said it is perfect. I want to be able to do stuff for people like that, not just for me.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant, Lisa? Maybe
Yeah.
I read it wrong or listened wrong.
So we're doing it out of an act of love, right? So like it's a way, like if you've read the 5 love languages, it's a way that we give and receive love oftentimes is through gift giving. And so what I was picking up from Karen's listening of you is that there's this higher level that you'll be able to show your love if you can say yes more and be able to do more for the people around you, the cars behind you in the drive-through. It's from this really overflowing sense of like, I just want to love on people and to share more love. If I had more money, I could share more love and more experiences and so forth.
Okay, now I get it. Yes, now I'm with you.
Yeah. And underneath that is a little bit of a belief you just shared that like, I don't want to buy people's love. So that could be what the limiting belief is, which we're not going to get into limiting beliefs right now, that that could be the space of blockage for you to get to that next level of abundance. So let's go into a space of generating love.
Okay.
Are you bought in?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to play with this. So the space of generating that higher quality of whatever it is that you believe more money will give you is what's going to attract more money to you. So it's always different for all of us. A lot of times it's security for people or fun or freedom. Sometimes it is love. So let's generate love. I have a good feeling about this, Cassie. And for sake of time, we have 6 minutes left. So we might be going just a little bit over, Melissa. Is that going to be okay?
Yeah, Cassie has an interview. What time do you have to go,
It's at
Cassie?
11:30. It's at 11:30.
Oh, okay, we got time. I've got time. Cassie's got time. We've got time.
Awesome. Okay, let's do this. So thank you, Karen, for holding that space, because what I got to hear in your share was something that I wasn't picking up on, right? I'm not a mother. I'm a puppy mother, a dog mom. And you got to listen from a different space. So thank you for sharing that voice. That's why it's so important to have multiple listenings in this space so that we can really get to the core and generate these higher emotions. So let's go ahead. What I would invite you to do is Cassie's going to work with love. If you have a higher quality that you landed on in the space of what will more money give me? Like I shared, for me, it's fun. Freedom is one, security, more joy, more choices, whatever it is for you, you're going to generate that for yourself. Okay, so we're going to do the same exercise that we did earlier. We're going to lean into generating this higher quality, and I offer you to continue this practice because this is really where you're going to connect the daily activities that you do to produce money, whether it's going to work or reaching out to customers or whatever it might be. When you incorporate those daily actions with this, that's where the magic is produced. Oftentimes we would either do one or the other, and we want to incorporate both, the inspired action as well as generating this quality to get to where we believe we want to be. So with that, if you are not driving, I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. If you're driving, leave your eyes open. Relaxing into your body, knowing that you can call on the relaxation in a moment's notice, allowing your feet to relax, your legs to relax, adjusting your hips and your seat bone, ensuring your spine is erect, lowering your chin a bit to your chest, inviting the muscles between your eyebrows to relax. And on your next inhale, calling in with the breath the higher quality that you believe more money will give you. The higher quality that you will get by having the abundance of money that's available to you. Call that in with intention, purpose, and through the power of the breath, bring that into your body. Filling up your belly into your chest, squeezing a little bit into your brain, and letting it go with a sigh. On your next inhale, bringing that quality into your body, letting it radiate into the cellular level of your beingness. Feeling this quality down into your core. Continuing to bring that quality in through your breath. This is an active visualization. This is called upon for you to generate that energy, the abundance of that energy in through your breath, pulling it into your body and activating the cells inside of you, triggering the neurons in your brain to produce more of what you desire. And as you have the energy of this higher quality filled up in your body, go ahead and I invite you to imagine the screen of the mind, a movie screen, a TV screen, something large. And on that screen, I invite you to see an event, a recent event or a future event where you felt this quality so immensely, and know that it is there, and you can call upon this vision and generate this feeling in your body at a moment's notice. So whenever there is lack, worry, shame, guilt, fear, you can generate this image in your mind's eye, the screen of the mind, pulling the energy activation through your body. And in this space, you're decreasing the gap between where you want to go and where you are at. This is the work that you get to do each and every day, to show up in a space of loving, seeing, and knowing yourself, because money is a physical manifestation of how I love, see, and know myself. So in this space, getting to know yourself and generating this higher quality into your existence, because you are enough. And you are worth it. You are whole and complete just as you are. Taking another deep inhale in through your nose, pulling this higher quality into your body, letting it radiate through your limbs, feeling it in your heart space, and trusting that it's available and accessible at any time on any day. And when you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes. Cassie, do you mind sharing what showed up for you?
I had a couple of things actually. So I had a vision of Cap Cana, of me on the beach at Cap Cana, and then it switched to me on an airplane with my daughter, just going somewhere, I don't even know where, but we were on an airplane and we were going there. It was great.
Yes, could you feel it in your body?
Yes.
Yeah, what did it feel like?
Electric.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word that pops up.
Yeah. Tingling, electric, a sense of knowing, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Karen, do you have any shares?
About me, or
Yeah, what showed up for you in it?
what showed up for me was that my house was paid off.
Yes.
My house was paid off, and then I felt empty.
Mm.
And so that was strange for me.
Ah, that's so cool. So your work is going to be about the happiness in the journey of paying off your house.
Yeah, it was strange to have nothingness. So I don't know.
Yes. Oh, I see the vision of it, girl. So what I'm going to offer you guys to do is to work with whatever that higher quality you truly believe that more money will give you. If it's happiness, love, freedom, so forth, and then write a list of things that you can do right now. So this is a different one for me. I was looking for more joy and aliveness in my life. So I believe that this retreat that I'm creating will generate more joy and more aliveness. And so I generated my list of things I can do right now to have that show up for me right now, because as soon as I get connected with that vibration more consistently, the easier it is to magnetize this retreat to my space. So with paying off your house, writing the list of what brings you happiness. And then I'm a tactical person. I love like checking things off, right? So I'm like, okay, hike, I'll do that today. And that's gonna generate more joy and aliveness. So you can kind of like choose a couple activities to incorporate in your week. And then pretty soon you're in this space of happiness more consistently. So I've been practicing this for like 2 months now. And one of my friends asked me, she's like, what has changed? I'm like, no, I'm living in joy, girl. Like, that's it. Like, I have my list and I'm there, I'm living in it, and I can feel it in my body more consistently. Like, instead of it being like 60% joy, 40%, all that other ucky stuff, like now it's like 95%. And yes, I go into that 5% of like from time to time, but it's more joy than I've ever experienced. So create your list of what your higher quality is going to bring. And then lastly, I know we're over on time, so I'll quickly share this with you. Another tool from the human side of money that has worked so successfully in my life and those that I coach is to go just a week time, write down everything you spent money on, from your credit card, your bank account, and cash. Just write down everything in the last 7 days and then feel into it. Us as females, we can allow this intuition to radiate very quickly. Feel into each transaction and right next to it what emotion it evoked. So for instance, I was at the beach the other day and I really desire my husband to be a beach lover and he's not. He tells me, well, maybe if you get beach chairs, like I'll like the beach more. So I go and buy these beach chairs, $50 a chair, and I'm doing this activity and it came a bunch of like yucky stuff came up. I was so mad at myself for buying these chairs because it wasn't in alignment. I did it to produce an outcome. It wasn't like me being aligned with my choices. So that's an example of where you can see like, okay, I'm not going to be hard on myself anymore. I'm going to release that. But like, I also know, and I'm in tune to not make purchases on things that aren't going to spark that joy inside of me. And then there was like this Thai tea that I purchased and I felt into it. Man, I love that Thai tea. I was digging that. And it brought me so much excitement. It even brought me inspiration and curiosity because I was like, everyone needs access to this version of Thai tea. How can I give everyone access? So like notice in the last 7 days in your transactions and put the emotion or the essence or the quality that it evoked for you. And in those activities of really loving, seeing, and knowing yourself through money, you're going to raise into that next level of abundance. So with that, loves, I'm going to open it up for any questions you might have and then hand it back over to Melissa.
Sylvia said in the chat, this is amazing. I thought you guys would like this. Any questions?
No questions. Off the charts. Thank you. I need another hour.
I've never heard this, and I've done a lot of money investing in time in my relationship with money in the years and years and years of it. And I really liked that money is a physical manifestation of what I love, know, and see in myself.
Mhm.
because the more I love and know and see myself, and I love to be in that 90% like you, and that 5% has been like 20 lately because of all the chaos. This morning, I was just open to all of it, and I was loving myself and seeing myself as the person that I know that God says I am and I believe. And I opened up all my bank accounts and I went, yes, yes. And I was like, yes. And then I went over a couple mantras because I'm so grateful to know how to get to this space.
That's
But
so
I put the work in because I didn't grow up with it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and the work can be light and fun, right? There's going to be heavy moments, and like you said, you're usually in the 90% range, and now you're in the 80, and then you have the tools in your tool belt to be like, okay, I'm
Pulled up.
yeah, let's
Pull
go,
up.
let's go.
Pull up.
Thank you for your share. Beautifully said. Anything
Well,
else of mine?
I think we should jump right into this. So I'm hearing you guys want more. You loved it. You're like, how do I get more of this? Lisa has something pretty exciting to share with us. She has 8 spots left for, I'm going to let her describe what it is. And then I have something that I'm offering you guys. So we'll kind of tag team this announcement.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I do money magic manifesting course, and it's a very amazing course through this book, Creating Money, which you can do on your own if you're like a self learner. Absolutely. I tried to do this on my own several times, and there's just resistance that comes up. So what I did was create this space for myself because I knew that it would add more value for me, and it developed into something that like a lot of people desired. So we go through this book. It's a really cool book. It has play sheets, not worksheets, play sheets. We do some visualizations and meditation works, and we do a lot of shares. In the shares, we get to experience ourselves and learn from how we communicate and what's coming up for us, as well as other people, right? You notice in this space, as people shared, you might be like, yes, I know that, or maybe not, that doesn't resonate with me. That way of listening is how we get to love, see, and know ourselves on a deeper level, and that's the work that we do in this course. So I was talking to Melissa about it, and her generous, abundant soul has such a beautiful gift for her team members. So Melissa, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm dressing a Barbie while I do this. How funny. You have 8 spots left in this course, and I want to offer up to 8 partial scholarships to this course that you're leading. Now I can only offer this to my executives. You see your mom? Cassie is her mom. I would love to fill all 8 spots with these scholarship positions, but I can only offer them to my executives and my personally sponsored. So Erica, Marianne, Kathleen, Karen, you guys will either need to talk to your executives and see if they are offering scholarships, or the course is very, very affordable. Did you already say the price yet, Lisa, or did we not get to that part yet?
No, it's very affordable. Like you said, it's only $100, and it's a journey over 11 weeks.
Yep, it's $100. So I'm offering $75 scholarships to the first 8 people. Either, there's more than 8 people on this call, but if you want it and I'm not your executive, like I said, it's very affordable. So the form is actually in the chat. So if you just want to copy and paste the Google form from the chat, you can fill it out there, and then Lisa can let me know who fills it out. Or if you just want to claim it right now, like I want it, and that way I have, okay, mom's raising her hand.
I want it.
Raising. Okay, Kristen, Brandy, mom, awesome. So cool. Oh, when I heard it was only $100, I was like, but I want one too. But I don't want to take up one of the 8 spots. So we'll see, who signs up and how many spots we have left. It's a little bit tricky because we've got a mixture of my team and other executives teams on this call, but we're gonna get this. We'll work it all out. And Lisa, am I forgetting anything about sign? Oh, you get the book for free, right? The book comes with the course.
So I'll send you the book. There is one thing the next course starts September 28th. And to do a quick turnaround for getting the book and get everyone set up in the energy of it, the cutoff is the 18th. So we only have a couple
4
of
days.
days for me to collect all your information, get everything squared away. So if you're like a heck yes and you have the space to commit, it's Monday nights, 8:30. There's 5 calls. And then there's a little bit of group work along the way.
8:30 Central?
Eastern.
Eastern.
Yep.
So that'll be 7:30 Central every Monday night, or just every couple of weeks?
There's 5 Mondays out of the 11. And I can tell you those dates. October 12th. The first one is the 28th of September, October 12th, November 2nd, November 23rd, and December 14th.
And it's an hour call?
It's an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Okay, so 7:30 to 9ish for our Central people, and it's about every other Monday. And then Facebook group to organize.
Correct. So Facebook group, if anyone's done any coursework in Facebook, they have a beautiful way to organize it through units. And all of the meditations are pre-recorded, so you can listen to them there. And then we do weekly shares inside the group. The calls are on Zoom. So you guys are all familiar with Zoom. It's a beautiful space to come together. Even if you can just make it to those 5 calls, you'll get something so great from it.
Awesome. Does anybody have questions about the course, about what we did today before we let Lisa go? And then we'll let Lisa go, and then we can hang out for a minute here and figure out who's doing what. But any more questions for Lisa?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
ladies.
you.
Have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank
you.
Take care.
We'll talk more. Bye. How do you guys feel?
Holy flippin' wow.
I have
I
goosebumps.
know.
Good.
I know.
Does
I
anybody
did
else
this.
have goosebumps, or is it just me?
What'd you say?
I have goosebumps. Is that just me or anybody else?
No, I do
No,
too. Like
totally.
that was
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
I got 4 new Post-it notes up on my desk.
Yay, we both did it.
I did this like 30-40 minute with just 4 other people last week, and I was like, I've got to bring this back to LeBri Lovers. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the record.